Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. We're going to do a reading today. I did a bit of meditation on this energy. One of the emotions is that one of the messages I got was that a burden was being lifted. So let's go ahead and see what's going to come up in this reading. Not all my readings are necessarily always for the same collective or energy, right? Because everyone's doing different things. So sometimes readings might apply to different people. Sometimes multiple readings will apply to you. And with that said, I'm going to ask that you use your internal discernment to know whether or not a reading is for you or if any part of it is. Okay? So please be mindful. And yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, love is all around you is the first card. Oh, this is the second one. This one's a bit of a challenge. Okay, so we have Armadillo Spirit with boundaries here. So what I'm getting right off the bat is that you're supported by Spirit and you're being helped in ways you don't see yet. You may discover it later, but that's really not that important for you to know all the details of what's happening in your favor. So love is all around you, and Armadillo Spirit, set healthy boundaries. The better we are with our boundaries, the more abundance we can have in our life, because boundaries help us interact with people when there's difference. Now, sometimes difference can't be mediated, and I want to say most of the time it can. And this is Spirit working with you on that. You're getting better about your boundaries, and in turn you're better at respecting others' boundaries. So this really helps you and everyone else around you. When you help yourself, you also help others, etc. And the inverse is true as well. When you help others, you help yourself. So what we have here is the seahorse spirit saying watch and wait. So this tells me what I'm getting right now is chariot energy. So the chariot card, and that's saying the universe is aligning things to bring in experiences that really work for you and speak to you on different levels, perhaps, right? So for some of us, I want to say this because I'm being guided to say it. For some of us, we grew up in enmeshment environments. So you think, what you might think or you might believe is that when people come into your life, you have to accept absolutely everything they bring. And in the sense of not rejecting a person, but accept as in like, oh, if you like all these things, then I have to do all these things too. That's not the case. And for some of you that energetically might still be healing that pattern, or maybe it doesn't work for you anymore. For some of you that are healing that pattern, you might have felt for years anxiety about interacting with others. So when others come into your life, you feel intense anxiety, you feel a lot of fear. That might be because your boundaries energetically and emotionally and physically have not really been set yet, right? And I'm feeling for a lot of you, not only are you continuing this healing work, but you've reached a threshold now where great transformation has undergone and is undergoing, in the sense of what you can handle in your life, what you can bring in. You're refining your boundaries to the degree of nuance, which allows for so much more. So that's what I'm getting here. And Spirit's going to bring in really unique, rich, nuanced opportunities for you. And also you're going to collaborate with Spirit in doing so. So I'm being guided to also read these messages. Let's read Armadillo Spirit first, which is about boundaries. Okay? Learning to set healthy boundaries is the gift of Armadillo Spirit. You are entering a phase where, in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and to co-create your best life, you may have to be discerning and say no to things that may have been okay for you in the past. This also means that you need to learn where you end and where others begin. What is yours to own and what is not. Know your limits and understand that it is an empowering choice to say no to what doesn't feel right. Armadillo Spirit is here to tell you it's time to be honest with yourself about what you really want. Be clear on what you're agreeing to. Declare what your needs are, and say no as a full sentence. These are acts of respect and kindness to others as well as to yourself. And I want to say this, for some of you, I'm getting resentment has been an issue. Resentment stems from this. Okay? So let me continue the rest of the message. Trust your body's signals and you will know what to do. Armadillo spirit guides you in making good decisions that are grounded in a strong sense of what belongs to you and what does not. And I want to add, the message is finished with this, and what I want to add is that you don't have to be black and white with people in most cases. Maybe, and again, you have to listen to your inner voice, and even if you get it quote unquote wrong, by listening to your signals, which they might be intuitive guidance, they might be wounding, even if you get it wrong, that's okay. Spirit's going to work with you in healing it and helping out and everything you need. So maybe what I'm trying to say is to let go of fear in that way. So we also have card number 41, which is Nightingale Spirit. Love is all around you. In the darkness of night, Nightingale Spirit sings her song of love and hope, a harbinger of dawn, to remind you that the sun will rise again soon. You are so loved. And the illumination song of the Nightingale Spirit calls you to a new level of self-awareness and connection with light. Yes, there is shadow and darkness, but love and prosperity exists everywhere, even in the seeming emptiness of space, darkness and a starless night. Hearken to the message, letting the music of the Nightingale's song remind you that love is all around you, always. Feel it and trust in tomorrow's light, renewing your ability to recognize that the spaces in your life that appear empty are filled with love and abundance. Illumination will happen very soon. And I'm going to read, that was that Nightingale's message, so thank you, Nightingale Spirit. And now I'm going to finish with Seahorse Spirit. Watch and wait. Hovering gracefully, the seahorse observes with the perspective of one who is not engulfed by drama, remaining at a safe distance from chaos. Seahorse Spirit appears at this time to remind you of the need to be neutral and gain perspective of your own. Your message from Seahorse Spirit is, quote unquote, not my circus, not my monkeys. Spirit wants you to know that even if you are tempted to jump into the fray and the mess and the chaos and try to fix things and rescue, the best way to actually serve yourself and others right now is to remain calm and simply watch and wait. Another message here is that whatever your question is, whatever you're concerned with, whatever you're worried about, Seahorse Spirit asks you to step back from it. Be willing to explore things from a different angle rather than just one. That maybe contradictory truths actually coexist in harmony, and maybe taking a step back will help you gain a better perspective, to observe what is possible. From the perspective of the position of the neutral observer, you will discover many opportunities and a deeper understanding of what you want, what you're looking for, and why you want it. And you will know beauty, truth, love, and wisdom. Okay, so thank you, Seahorse Spirit, and thank you, the wonderful spirits that have come into our reading today. I want to pull yet another card to see what we can get, okay? The Druid Oracle deck. I love this deck. It's a really good deck. It's available online if you like. You can get it there. Okay, I split the deck at Heather, and Heather is about cycles finishing in your life and new cycles beginning. And really what this is about is boundaries. And you'd be surprised how boundaries can help you allow more abundance into your life without being drained and meshed or pulled into drama that is not necessarily yours to own. Okay? And I'm getting there might be an energetic reset that's going on for you. Yeah. Okay, you got flax. How interesting. So flax is about connection. Okay? And there's Heather again. Heather is about a period of your life coming to a very sweet and satisfying and savory close. Okay? So this might be a period where there have been many challenges. And so our energy is shifting here. So now we have borage. Let's look at what borage is saying. Because to be honest with you, I want to know too. Okay. Courage, forgetfulness, and gladness. Borage gives us the sense of it's okay to learn from what you want to change or need to change for yourself, and to move forward with a sense of grace in your life, and move forward to learn new things, to experience new things, to have new joy. Right? Not everything is just learning. It's actually also experiencing, the joy of abundance, the joy of shared life, the joy of all these things. So it's not just lessons, it's also I get to have all this. I like to think personally that when everything is a lesson, what really is happening is there is the avoidance of pain and the avoidance of disappointment. I feel often that that's the case. So I don't agree with that necessarily. Sometimes you do your best, others do what they can, and sometimes they can't, or you can't, or you both can't move forward together. And that's painful, and I'm not diminishing that, but what was still very good. I don't know why. I feel like saying that to someone. Poppy here. Let's see what Poppy is. And again, I'm not diminishing anger or any kind of like pain or wrong whatever. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just saying let's at least step away from everything being a lesson to what if it's also fun? What if there's also joy here? Okay. So Poppy is about redemption, motherhood, and remembrance are the words associated with this card. But in this case, I think it's the reclamation of emotional energy, the resurgence or the return of. Let's get a clarifier for this Poppy card, because this one's bringing an energy that's not ready to surface in your life yet, but it will. Yeah, the Two of Cups. So this could be something that you want to experience that's aligned with you, something that is clear of some of what I'm getting. Also is that there's a clearing of the hurt and pain and patterns that don't work for you from a lot of the past experiences. So things that didn't work for you, intentions that weren't aligned, things that were misspoken, whatever that is, it's being cleared energetically, and so it's bringing in a new experience for you, new connections that are satisfying to you, that align with what you want to experience, that align with your sense of integrity and your joy of communication. So I'm getting that here, and also I'm getting there's a strong sense of a desire for abundance and richness in your life. So yeah, that can come with a whole bunch of things, right? Richness and abundance can also bring things that, we might find a bit tiring or a lot tiring, but still you learn to work with it in whatever way necessary. And I'm getting that there again, you get another boundaries card here with the Seven of Wands. So I'm also getting the Judgment card and the Four of Wands. It may be the case that some experiences or connections from that were, maybe for some of you, if you want that, they might resurface in a better, much better energy for you and for them. What might also happen is for others of you, you may need different connections, and maybe connections that you wouldn't necessarily choose, yet they might work, because for some of the things that you need, they actually work. So that's what the Four of Wands is saying here, and the Judgment card is saying that you've put the actions in to align your energy internally and externally to make these changes really gain momentum and move. So this is coming in soon. I don't see it. Yeah. This is coming in soon. And it is, I am getting a sense here of satisfaction, as you're going to get what you want out of life, or out of your, at least out of your experiences in the interim, in the meantime. And I'm getting for some of you, there's a desire here to step outside of chaos, to really not be involved in problems. That might be why things might take some time. It might be why it seems a little quiet right now. It's because of the preservation of peace. For now. And also sometimes I'm getting also, some people need to they need to work on their patterns, because there are certain energies here and certain ways of relating and certain pain points and situations where they need to resolve them because they need to, and so that'll come in when it's ready. Right. Right, because again, I'm not feeling like you want to step in and save everyone. That's not what I'm getting, but yeah, protection. You got protection card. So people need to work on what they need to work on, and I'm getting gently that you need to be okay with that, unless you want to go in and have all this. I'm getting screaming hair pulling. I don't know why I'm getting that. Yeah. But I'm getting part of the reason why you're not involved in this is because you've given grace and you've unconditionally let go of other people's missteps, negativity. Like, it was really hard, and you've really worked to just let it go and not perpetuate it or worsen it. Or try to return the favor is what I'm getting. And so in doing so, you've let spirit take the wheel, and for the highest good, and so you don't need to get involved. Let spirit work it out, and when people are ready to come into your life, it's gonna all work out. And guess what? Isn't that nice? In the meantime, definitely work on yourself. That is another message I'm getting. Okay, we got the Lovers here with the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. There is going to be a resurgence of love in your life. That's also what Poppy's about. And love is also connection. Love is many things. It's not just... I'm getting you might get multiple kinds of opportunities for love that come into your life. It could be romantic, it could be platonic, it could be shared activities. It could, and it's very likely going to be things that bring you joy when you do them. It is very likely going to be that. Yeah. There's a restoration of tenderness here and a trust in the goodness of others that's also being restored. And one of the side effects of that is it's going to open you to wanting to let people into your heart. And that will bring incredible abundance. I think that's really one of the biggest ways that abundance really enters our life, is when we energetically make space for others. And when that happens from a place of healthy boundaries, gradual progress, discernment, and energetic clearing, grace, when you have all these qualities and all this work put in, you can actually let people in the right way, and your abundance will just explode. And a great sense of satisfaction will be part of your life, yes. So, I want to say this might be the final part of this message. You're working on a healthy sense of individuality that's able to show up as yourself while also honoring a contradictory truth of the law of one. Which, when I say contradictory, I don't mean these truths compete with each other. They don't. They both exist. And they may seem to be opposites, which maybe they are, but one doesn't need to beat the other. They both coexist. So yes, you're an individual, you are self, and we're all part of the Great Spirit. So those two truths exist at the same time. And when I say this, what I mean is you're learning to really accept yourself as an individual, unique being, while also loving others in whatever way possible. And that's where Turkey Spirit comes in. And it says, give with gratitude and grace, which you do. And guess what? I'm getting the energy here that you want to do that even more. You want to step into that even more in a way that also honors your integrity and your boundaries and not being enmeshed. So it's a really nuanced, developed, emotionally mature, energetically mature way of saying, I'm really good at that. I want to get better and I really enjoy it. And let's do more of that. And that's what this is. Yeah, love. There you go. Boom, right there. You can like Ten of Swords. We got the Lovers here and the Ten of Swords reversed. This is telling me that you're ready to really accept energetically aligned love, like the good stuff. Yes, people bring in a whole bunch of stuff, but because you're going to learn how to work with this energy of like everything I've said in this reading, you're going to be able to make space for it without getting overwhelmed, while also aligning with things that are true for you and not self-abandoning. So it's the really nuanced dance of love of self, love of others, and what that looks like in the myriad many ways that it shows up. And being willing to learn, because there's going to be some learning here. I'm not going to lie to you. There's going to be some like, oh, I got this. I'm going to give you a metaphor. I got this new toy. Let me learn how to use it. Oh, okay. So that's what this is. And then the Ten of Swords reverse is basically saying, it's going to be hard for you to believe this maybe right now as of this moment, but the things that tied you energetically and emotionally to the past, they're not following you into this new chapter. I think maybe you're still trying to heal that, but understand that those things are done. And so if you need more healing around that, that's okay, but you're not being grilled for it. So let's just get that there. Yes. And you're moving into a new experience, new experiences. Yeah, you are. You are. And a big part of it is because of the grace. And remember, giving comes from the spirit of generosity when it feels good. Right? You give as much as is needed to yourself and or to others. So there's like a balance that's struck here. So that's what I'm getting for this reading. I think that's enough for this reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great day and a great week. And take care till next time.